All right, let's crush some rocks with the Crazy Crusher. A follower sent me a bunch of rocks from his gold and silver mine, and he said to crush it and see what I got. So let's crush rocks for gold and silver. This was a perfect day to crush rock because it's overcast and rainy in Southern California. I adapted the Crazy Crusher with this catch tray. Otherwise, you can put a 5-gallon bucket underneath to try to catch it. I took a recycled meat tray and put it underneath and strapped it in to catch all the stuff that I was crushing. It works real well. Cool rock crusher, but how do you make it work? What's unique about this rock crusher is it attaches right to the hitch of your truck. Then you insert the bolt into the hole to secure it. Then you insert your pin to secure it, but my fingers were a little weak, so let's try this again. Here we go. Put the pin in the hole and push real hard. Okay, there we go. All secure, ready to go. Next, you grab one of your rocks full of gold and silver and you load it in through the top. You place a rock right between the two pads. They're going to slide against each other and crush it. Crushing rock provides a fantastic workout, so you got to make sure you stretch it out so you don't pull a hammy. Now it's crushing time. All you do is press down and you just keep on crushing rock. Here's a little fast forward of it as I keep on loading rocks in and smashing it all down, getting it down to some fine little rocks as you can see here. I run the rocks through twice to get it down to a fine powder. Whew. You gotta take a breather and drink a little bit of the BCAAs in between sets, as I like to say. It's a great workout. But it's definitely hard work, and is it worth it for the gold? I don't know, but it's fun, and I get to crush rocks. Let's take a look inside and see what's happening when I'm pressing down. As I'm lifting the handle up and down, the two plates are sliding against each other, causing friction and smashing everything in between it. I found this really cool rock. It's got tons of greens in it. If you know what it is, please let me know in the comments. This is a catch container. As I'm crushing the rock, the material's falling through into small pieces. This is just me crushing rocks. I figure I'd speed it up for you so you don't have to watch the painful process, but it's a heck of a workout and I enjoy it. And you just keep on loading rocks in and kind of process it through. So you might be wondering, why is it the rock is too big to fit into the rock crusher? Well, don't worry, I got a plan. You take a tent bag that I got that's used as a weight because it's really thick plastic, and you drop the rock right in there. And voila, a crushed rock. No, I'm just kidding. I'll show you next. So what I'm gonna do is I take this sledgehammer, I call it Thor, and I'm gonna crush those rocks to get them into smaller pieces so I can crush them in the rock crusher. The sledgehammer works well to crush the rock and get it small enough so I can load it into the rock crusher to crush it into powder. You're probably wondering if that bag could hold up to those hits, and no it didn't, but it's not something that duct tape can't fix. Look at that fantastic looking material that I can now crush on a rock crush because they're small enough. And yes, you can buy my apparel with my logo on it on my website, so check it out. Now that phase 1 is done and I've crushed it down to small rocks, we go into phase 2. We can adjust the machine with that handle right there to push the plates closer to get it down to a fine powder. Now the material is getting crushed down to where I'll be able to pan it out. Check out this specimen. It's got silver all in that lining of the quartz. And there are times when I find it difficult to be able to crush the rock with the machine, so you gotta adapt and overcome. You got the jump method and you got the leg method. Then you got my favorite method. This one's a secret, so don't share it with anybody. You just sit on it. It works fantastic and it's very enjoyable. If you're a CrossFitter or workout guru, you can actually turn backwards to hit a different angle on your triceps. The smaller rocks are a lot easier to crush and gets down to powder quickly. Hey, so we only have a little bit left, all right? As you can see right here, not much left, and I love that because I'm getting tired. And then after we're done crushing the rest of this, then we're gonna go ahead and pan it out and see what we get in there. I'm expecting a lot of gold and silver and copper. Maybe not a lot, but some. It's time for panning, and of course you gotta throw in your jet dry first to reduce water tension. The material's looking really good and it's gonna be easy to pan out. Since these rocks weren't pre-processed, it made the water really dirty for panning in. But hey, who doesn't like to get dirty? As I started panning, I started noticing different colors in the pan, particularly silver. I couldn't get a good shot of this, but there were some big pieces of silver in there, and there was tons of microfine silver all over the place in the pan. And that was only the first half of the bucket, so I was excited to see what results I would get from the second half of the bucket. If you're wondering what I'm doing here is I'm trying to get the material all wet and I'm trying to move the heavies to the bottom by stirring it up. Gold will naturally want to sink and get to the lowest part of the pan. As I get through the material, you'll start tapping the pan to get the gold to climb up the pan. The results from this pan is full of gold and silver. I use one of my pipettes to remove the gold from the rest of the material. And there's the gold results from crushing that rock. Here's a better angle of it. Not bad for the amount of rock I crushed. Was it a lot of hard work? Yes, it was. Was crushing rock worth it? I don't know. Not worth the money, but the gains I got and the gold, to me it was worth it. I had a lot of fun doing it. So let me know your thoughts.